really needs to capitalize on her damage wrecking capabilities. And right now, game 1 of Grand Final Syndicate 2017. Let's get into it. And already, Ken, he's coming out swinging, but Mr. R has other plans. Goes for the back air on the bad spin dash. He thought he had a little time there, but Sheik, he's almost there, and the spring. Such a clutch maneuver there. Gonna get him out of that sticky spot and back into the game. Look at this, the grab on the landing, and that's one of those things that we really saw last game.
But he still had his jump intact.
The bouncing fish almost kills as well. Using the platform can. Such nice presence of mind right there.
Yes.
Not gonna get caught by any down tilt tomfoolery. Mr. R is ready to punish it though. He uses that stage control, and the ledge trap not quite gonna work out on the bait there.
There's so many different dynamics that Mr. R just introduces to the ledge play that you just don't see. Even among other top-level players, you simply don't see it. The kind of options that he's forcing Ken to take down the needles into the bouncing fish.
That is the Mr. R classic. And that is one of those things that really just hits you when you play that actually top levels Cheek. Those needles aren't just a tool to force you to approach. They're going to combo into a kill setup. And that's one of those things that Mr. R has really improved at. Utilizing those extra kill setups that are just going to make it that much trickier to get to high percents. Ken hasn't been living till high percents much in the sets that they have played, or the games that they have played.
Mr. R has been playing exceptionally efficiently.
Oh yeah, efficiency is definitely the word of the day for Mr. R here. Look at that, just pressuring him to spot us repeatedly. Ken looks a little bit shook.
Yeah, he's definitely a bit flustered from the incredible play that Mr. R is just exhibiting for us in this set.
Oh, the up smash, that was definitely a read on the jump right there, but it's not going to work out for Ken, unfortunately. And back to the drawing board you go, Ken, because this is looking like a tough match to win.
I'm not even sure if that up smash would have taken the stock, even though he did have a bit of rage behind him. Sonic's up smash is one of the weakest in the game.
Ooh,
wow.
Was that the re-grab or?
Yes.
I think it was the re-grab, yeah.
Yes. Caught the re-grab beautifully with that bouncing fish.
I think what happened there, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
I think what happened there was Ken was trying to be cheeky and overshooting his up B.
Reverse, yep.
And bouncing fish, that was such presence of mind by Mr. R. He knew that even if he overshot the ledge, that wasn't going to work out there. Bouncing fish covering all the options there. And Mr. R taking a very solid game 1, a 2-stock at that. And let's see what Ken has to answer Mr. R here at Syndicate. Nice little grab combo. No advantage state resulting from it, though. And that is one of those things that Sheik is just really good at. You gotta respect her buttons. So capitalizing on advantage state can be a very tough thing to do. You need a lot of room to move around the buttons, and then it's very possible. At low percents, that's just not happening. Ooh, Trump
bear. That's the first one we've seen this set so far.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that Mr. R doesn't really do often. It's more of an option he throws out there when it's mid to low percents.
Well,
to show you that he's willing to trump you. And just showing the option is enough mental damage to enhance the strength of the rest of his ledge trapping. And that is such a smart thing to do from Mr. R. He's like, it shows that his game plan is very meticulously crafted. And it's something that definitely shows in his play. However, this time around, Ken already performing a lot better. Tied in percents right now. That's a bit of a different look than last game.
Definitely.
And what do you think Ken's adaptation has been so far that lets him go this even with Mr. R?
He's certainly not DIing those up airs correctly. Constant cross-ups, and Ken is still missing the DI on all of them. But in terms of adaptation, I'm actually not entirely sure. That's Ken going for a trump himself.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ken has stuck to the same game plan. He's just been executing it
a little better.
A little better, exactly. A little bit faster, a little bit more precise. That one RPS that he guessed correctly instead of incorrectly. And that really makes a big difference.
No! An SD from Burst Grenade coming out from Mr. R of all players. That is That is a shocker.
Poor Mr. R, but he's back in the fight. He's still, I mean, he's ahead still. Not anymore, I jinxed it, but you get the idea. He's still in this. That suicide was at 150%. For a Sheik, that's already way past your kill percent.
Oh, yes.
Way past your bedtime. Mom caught you playing video games at 2 a.m. Please go to bed, Sheik.
And what a combo coming out from Mr. R. Beautifully optimized to get as much damage as possible. And he's continuing on, pressing the advantage.
Look at that pressure. He forced Ken to use his spring when he wasn't even nearby. And that really is one of those signs that you know you're doing something right against Sonic. Out cancel there, not going to deny much airspace versus Sonic. He's just going to wait and punish once again.
Ooh, very slick pivot grab coming out from Ken right there.
I'm a fan. Spin dash baits coming out. Mr. R just throwing out the needles, but it's not working against Ken. Ken, we know he has a lot of experience against Sheik because he practices with Aim, who is a very talented Japanese Sheik.
Yes.
Mr. R, on the other hand, he does have that 6WX experience, and he has housed Ken. So these two have played for a good while before Syndicate happened. And you can see that when the needles aren't working versus spin dash, it's just like that. Exactly when I said it. It means that Sonic has caught onto your needle pattern. Like, at which moments do you release needles? At which moments do you just let it be? And that's very important. And those little player reads, they just add up. They just keep adding up, and eventually it can feel very suffocating. Good thing Mr. R himself is no slouch at getting those reads on deck. He can definitely fight back.
Ooh, tries to read the roll in with that up smash, but Ken not giving it to him. Once again, chipping away with these needles. They just allow him to get that stage control. And that is so important. Oh! That spot dodge spectacularly. He hasn't gone for forward smash at all so far in the set, and he just stuffs him with it there.
That reminds me of last set, where Mr. R got absolutely destroyed for a few bad spot dodges, a few bad jabs, and that is Ken, dude. That is Ken. You make a minor error, and he's just... You give him a finger, he takes your hand. He takes your arm, he takes your entire stock. You're gone. And that's exactly, I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. When he gets that read, he's willing to go all in on it. Even though he is normally such a methodical player. So, that was quite a comeback from Ken there. And it is a 1-1 right now. Ken evening it up, and Mr. R deciding to go for Final Destination. If you do follow Mr. R on social media, which you should, you can often see him rant about how people ban Smashville instead of Final Destination versus Sheik. He's really convinced that it is her best stage. So let's see how that works out.
The strength from needle camping, the way that she's kind of able to just apply that full stage length pressure and suffocate characters that usually get platform advantage. Right, so strong here.
However, Ken right now, he is on the upswing. A little bit of a combo in his in Mr. R's favor, but nothing he can take. It's a lot of momentum on Ken's side here. I can imagine Mr. R must be a little bit shook after that 50% comeback.
Yes.
Last game.
Just a tad.
But that little bit is enough for Ken to push through. And look at this. This is a nice little lead, 30%. That's a lot of a lead against Sheik.
Particularly in this matchup, but Mr. R closing the gap, only 10% between them now.
Back air string coming in clutch for Mr. R, one of her most damaging aerials. So getting 2 of those is definitely what he needed there. Nice little forward air, anti-air, and the pressure. Oh my goodness,
almost gets in there.
Had the coverage, but it just wasn't there. And Ken rolling out of the pressure, but he was still cornered. And that's one of those things that Mr. R is just so good at. The corner pressure keeps happening. And then when he gets that hit, you're back in the corner. And it happens all over again.
Yep.
Ken getting a little mix-up on the DI, not going to be enough to kill though. And
an unsafe recovery from Mr. R, getting punished suitably by that down smash.
That's very uncharacteristic. Usually Mr. R, very methodical, goes for the safest option, which sometimes makes him a little bit prone to comebacks, right?
Yes.
And right there, just going for the stage. That's an interesting option, and Ken taking full advantage of that situation.
Now we see Mr. R kind of patiently waiting. He wants to chip on that damage and then probably get that forward tilt confirm into the up air to take this stock as early as possible.
Ooh, risky little bouncing fish, but
and there it is!
That, the 50-50, guessed correctly by Mr. R. No cross under, cross up needed, and it's looking like an even game again.
That it is.
Using that jabs to mend the holes in his pressure. Very well done by Mr. R. That's a little RPS that Sheiks always have to play. It's very important to keep up with that.
Yes. Characters like Sheik, Zero Suit Samus, other characters that pressure a lot with their aerials and have very safe aerials that don't rely on that range, but rather their landing frame data. They do that a lot.
Yeah, the jabs cover it up, exactly. And look at this, only 8% separating these two players. Ken gets a grab on a power shield. Mr. R just a little bit predictable with the timing there, but gets a little combo here and the spin dash to get out of it. Very well done by Ken. Look at this. Corner pressure, ledge trap first. And Ken just shooting all the way over there. That was an interesting maneuver.
And a beautiful reversal right there, landing with the spin dash into shield and then going for the grab.
Looks like Ken has a little bit of an upper hand so far this set. This game.
Reading the roll in. Unfortunately, doesn't get it.
Yeah, Mr. R looking to write a few new chapters to make sure that he doesn't get read on those kind of options and killed at these kind of percents. 84, that's not a good percent to die on.
But finally, Mr. R taking back the lead bit by bit. He's expanding it.
He's just controlling all the airspace with that neutral air. Such a lasting move. And the coverage it offers.
He air dodges back. Oh, but he reads attack and then misses out with the forward smash.
Look at that, Mr. R. He just found his momentum.
Yeah, he is playing confidently once again. Ken trying to catch the landing with that forward smash.
Ooh, Ken has so many power shields going.
He's gonna get the forward air. Is that gonna be enough? It is!
The reaction by Ken on the DI once again. And he keeps doing it, and it keeps working for him. Ken, such immaculate combo game, such immaculate approaches. Like, he opens up Mr. R like it's nothing. Usually Mr. R is like a defensive behemoth. It's an impenetrable wall. But Ken's there. He's using the invincibility, the movement speed. He's even using the range in some cases with stuff like
back air.
Stuff like the back air, exactly.
Up air as well. Ooh, footstool already.
That was almost scary. Look at this, Mr. Arvo. He definitely still has the momentum on his side that he found at the end of last game. Look at this ledge trapping.
26% just from keeping him cornered at the ledge.
Oh, and Ken, I think he was trying to call out the roll, but was just a little bit too late. That is Sheik's back roll, probably the best in the game. Look at that, the back roll
so
once
far.
again coming clutch. So far and so fast. And the spring just keeps happening for Ken. Ooh, that's the speed right there. Catches the landings, another power shield. Ken is on one, getting those timings and really, really capitalizing on Mr. R's kind of repetitive pressure habits.
That said, though, Mr. R is not letting up whatsoever. Those back and forth rolls, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to coax Ken
like a
into.
Little bit of a, oh, the cross under and good DI.
Finally able to DI the cross up.
That was a pretty obvious cross-up, so well done by Kenvo for recognizing it. Definitely one that he needed to DI correctly to survive. Yes. Another 50-50, another late up air by Mr. R, but just a little bit too early, I guess. And Ken is already out of 50-50%, and this is where it starts getting scary for Sheik.
Ooh. The trade.
Ooh. A little bit of a cheeky wall jump right there. And
oh, beautiful with the down smash and enough to take the stock. Only 48% on Mr. R.
You spin me right round, baby. And just like that, Sonic gives up his first stock. Such a good showing by Mr. R. And that really shows a lot about the caliber that Mr. R has as a player.
It is exceptional.
He grabs the momentum that he has and carries it through, and he discards the momentum that he drops and he lets it be.
That said, that was a really, really ambitious play from Ken, and it almost paid off, if not for a good get-up attack. Dust him off the ledge immediately.
That just scared the shit out of me. Very, very well done by Ken right there. Nice forward smash. forward air to bouncing fish as well, and the offstage pressure early up B, but the magnet hands gonna be enough for Ken to make it back to the stage. Nice capitalization by Mr. Arvo, and look at these combos. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. The double chase from Mr. R.
Another wall jump, Ken. I mean, the trades are in his favor. That back air damage, nothing to scoff at.
Yeah. But of course, he does lose out on that stage control. Mr. R continues to pressure the ledge in those situations.
Oh, look at that. That falling forward air just going to deny all the cheeky spin dashes. And that's one of those things that Sonics really have to consider when they're on the ledge. Do I use my tricky movement to get off, but lack that kind of hitbox going for me? Or do I just play the normal ledge trap game? And nearly every time Sonic has been going for those tricky movements, Mr. R is there with a hitbox. And look
Another
at
ledge trump bear. Not enough. It's a bit stale now.
Is it going to be the triple? Okay, he feinted the ledge trump to get some pressure here. Good DI by Kenvo.
Oh my goodness! That was so good!
The patience on my man's right there. The patience on Mr. R. So well done. That was no fear.
That was complete control in that end sequence. The conditioning that he had, going for the double trump, faking out the next one, getting the grab, and then getting those needles into the bouncing
double trump
fish.
out of nowhere. That definitely is a banger right there.
Like, moving
look
on
at
to
this
game
5. Can keep starting off these games with this throw combo. It's a good little combo to rack percentage. It should be like 20%, something like that.
Yeah, 21.
Ooh. Mr. R, I mean, he's immediately on the back foot already, and look at Ken, he's just moving around the stage. Those platforms really gonna help him land, because rather than play around his poor landing aerials, he can use the platforms, land on that top platform, and pretty much be a lot safer than he would normally do, right?
Yeah, definitely. Using those platforms also, of course, augments the way that he's able to move around the stage. Of course, Sheik gets similar benefits, but I feel like for Sonic, it really shines through.
Yeah, for sure, and that's exactly why this is Ken's counter pick. Look at this. Those up air 50-50s also going to be a little bit less deadly than they normally would be on this stage.
Definitely.
Look at that. The dash grab and the weight on the air dodge gets a nice little bouncing fish there. Not much more in terms of momentum, though. Look at that. The cross-up. Ooh, the back air out of shield. And using those lasting hitboxes, those out-of-shield aerials to really pressure the spin dash movement. If Mr. R occupies the center stage, Ken cannot use those spin dashes to get past him, because he will be there with a back air, with a forward air, with a neutral air, and punish it dearly. Just look at this patient play right here, just feeling each other out, and the dash grab, Mr. R just strikes.
Nice, that time going for the instant nair, just to catch the jump off the ledge. Having, of course, already conditioned him to expect the ledge trumps.
Ken getting a nice little jab, Mr. R off stage, and like any situation in which Sheik is not in neutral is a good situation.
Excellent! Spot dodge to avoid the homing attack, and then punishes absolutely immaculately with that up smash.
And that is one of those situations in which you're like, I can pull out my once in a set gimmick. That one time my opponent won't expect it. But Mr. R, he was ready.
He was
that is
very ready.
So impressive, because he hasn't done that the entire set.
Yes.
Not even last set.
Oh, but up smash finally able to take it.
Put him in the blender, and there is the spring. Mr. R just kind of waiting it out. Excuse me. And look at that. Fresh stocks. Mr. R putting on the pressure, though, utilizing that invincibility, making Ken deal with pretty much an uncounterable opponent for a few seconds. And that momentum gets pushed through all the way, gets a little cross-up. Ken forced to roll out of it. Look at the platform pressure.
Mr. R was just dancing around him that entire sequence of about 30-40 seconds. 70% deficit from what was an even game before.
Mr. R is just feeling it. He's smelling the victory. Look at that. Ken, however, nice little power shield. Still fighting. Still fighting. And those power shields have been the story of Ken's wins.
Yes.
He's been finding those constantly. And the fact that he can still find those means that he's definitely not out for the count. Oh, look at the double jump to stall the pressure. Ken just being being safe. He's rolling backwards. And
misses the neutral
Is
air.
that a C-stick nair? We will never know. But at the end of the day, Ken getting out of that situation. And look at this neutral. Once again, a power shield this time into the jab. And Ken, he's just catching on to the timings more and more.
Bit by bit.
Tech chase, normal getup, that is going to be grabbable on reaction. That is a nice spot air dodge on reaction to the bouncing fish. That is going to be a max range bouncing fish, which is a lot more reactable.
Not enough just yet.
Ken is holding on for dear life.
This, of course, is his tournament stock. He needs to make it count. He needs to find the life to really take this game.
Let's see how he goes about it. This is 100% deficit more by now, and the spin dashes are just getting shielded. Mr. R, with this kind of lead, he doesn't have to commit. Look at the reaction on the roll. He's still on point, and the dash attack is going to whiff. That's not going to do it for Ken. Does get the grab, but the mash is immediately getting Mr. R out of that scenario. Ken is just one step behind in these exchanges.
Yes, he's just playing that a little bit too slow. As the fastest thing alive, he needs to step it up.
Yeah, the blue blur. Got to show what he's made of. And instead of being very used to his needle timing that we saw earlier in the set, right now Mr. R is just mixing it up. He's hitting all the needles, and that little approach was not going to work out. A little bit of a side B misinput, but it's not going to get punished much by Ken. Look at this.
160 to 100 to 60%.
It's so tense. Oh, and then once again the mash. Mr. R is just on point with that. And the power
overextends.
Mr. R.
However, Mr. R should, I believe, take into account the time left. Less than a minute left. He can play this defensive poking game with these needles. He doesn't need to commit whatsoever.
And we actually saw Ken take a lot of the lead back when Mr. R was committing.
Yes.
And getting hit by a full spin dash.
Oh, another one.
The full spin dash. That's a lot of damage right there. And this is definitely Mr. R's game to lose right here. 30 seconds on the clock and a 60% lead. Mr. R, what is the game plan?
Goodness. The dash attack. The dash attack. Mr. R takes Syndicate 2017. He defends his title in a spectacular Game 5 set. Last hit between Ken, #1 in Japan. He now has the set advantage between these two fantastic competitors. What a show.
And not just defending his title, also defending Europe from the #1 invader, Ken. So well played by the Japanese Sonic. Very, very well done. But Mr. R in the end taking the W. Oh, so happy with that. Not even having to deal with the bracket reset. Very, very well done. A little bit iffy on the end there, but the clutch coming through. Nice dash attack. And look at that nice face there.
And there you have it, Mr. R doing his country proud. Your grand champion is Mr. R. Give it up one more time. But please don't go anywhere just yet, because we still have the award ceremony left for doubles as well as singles. So can I get all the players that participated, that got top 3 in doubles, first of all, and then that got top 8 in singles on the stage, please.
Okay. All right, well, it seems that we will be signing off to you lovely people at home. Thank you very